The Switch 2 just keeps on winning. We've got so much great news today. People were wrong. They're trying to say that the Switch 2 sucks, it's bad, behind the times, and boring, and I don't know why people that make Nintendo content want to keep building this framework that the Switch 2 stinks. Like, how does that make any sense? Because we now have certifiable proof that the Switch 2 doesn't stink, and we're covering Star Wars Outlaws, 007, and Smash Bros. Rumors today. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. A lot of people love to say I'm always wrong. I don't know why they say that. I think they don't actually watch the videos, but here we go. What have I been hammering home the last week and a half? That this news of AAA third-party games sucking on Switch 2 is super overblown. That people are saying it's unplayable, it's bad, because that's what attracts attention. And I don't know, it seems like a lot of people just want the Switch 2 to stink and fail and suck, even though it's clearly doing insanely well, on pace, and breaking records to be the best ever, which is crazy considering how well the Switch 1 did. But alas, Star Wars Outlaws, the embargo was up today. We have actual gameplay. I've got a bunch to show you right here. And bada boom, look at this thing. This might be the best looking port on Switch 2 after we were just told it's unplayable and horrible. Building furniture is hard. Building furniture is time consuming. Unless you're freaking FlexiSpot. Their brand new Japanese joinery bed only needs this many parts. So few, yet so luxurious. This bed is of the utmost quality. It'll have you feeling like you're living in the hotel penthouse. It's got Japanese joinery technology and rubber wood, so it's super secure, super silent, as well as locked in with Velcro slats, so you are sleeping safe and sound and so snuggled up. This transformed my room. And that's the easiest piece of furniture I've had the privilege of putting together. A full bed frame in 10 minutes flat. There's literally a 1 minute and 17-second video on FlexiSpot that shows you how to get it done. Did it all by myself, don't even need instructions. So simple, so gorgeous, so quality, and you can do it by yourself in 10 minutes flat. Literally the perfect case scenario. Surprisingly, this bed is cost effective and they're ready to ship now. They'll be out the door in 1 to 2 days and at your door in 3 to 5. So make sure to click the link in the description down below to experience the FlexiSpot bed frame for yourself. Use my code to save an instant discount, and every time you click, it helps support the channel. And dude, this is what you want to be sleeping on. What is going on here? Why are there so many negative reports about Switch 2 games with nobody remembering anything about game development? I feel like we've got to retrain everybody that dudes. Look, when a game is shown off in a demo format at a convention, it's probably a very old build, and it's probably going to get its final graphical polishes, its performance tweaks in the final lead up to launch, and it's probably going to be a-okay, because we know that the Switch 2 is powerful enough, we know that it utilizes DLSS technology, we know that this system can do games like this, as we've seen from Cyberpunk 2077, and now we've got another great example. Star Wars Outlaws runs a super solid 30 frames per second. Is it PS5 quality? No. But is it unplayable? Super far from it. I mean, take a look at this. You got docked gameplay, you're going to see handheld gameplay. Big thanks to MD14 for helping me out with the footage. This is a very good Switch 2 port. And all the talk of Ubisoft phoning it in, all the talk of the Switch 2 can't run it, like, we're going through this over and over. It was Elden Ring, it's Borderlands, it's Star Wars Outlaws. And look, everybody just has to chill out, calm down, and realize the Switch 2 actually can do it. And big props to Ubisoft for making this thing work. Whether it did come together last minute or not doesn't matter, because the final product is what counts. A demo build, sure, if it's not perfect, that's totally fine. But the game on Switch 2 here is looking gorgeous. This might be the best looking game on Switch 2, considering it's a far newer title than Cyberpunk, and it's running at basically a locked 30 frames per second, no noticeable frame drops, outside, inside, open world, enclosed spaces. What are we doing here? I think it's really time to change the tune, so when a game looks like it's struggling or stuttering on Switch 2 in a demo format, you just don't make mountains out of molehills. Okay, they can fix it, and they will, and we now have lots of evidence that they can do this and that they do this, so let's change the conversation. The Switch 2 is a solid third-party machine, not a third-party disaster. And whatever you think about Star Wars Outlaws, yeah, the game is not the greatest, but being able to play this thing portably could be incredibly fun and breathe new life into a title that was more about checking boxes with Star Wars flair than it was about winning Game of the Year, but still has a strong underlying system, and I think is something that people are going to thoroughly enjoy on Switch 2, especially since there are not performance issues to worry about. We have been trained and told from the start that the Switch 2 ain't all that. It was drop the price, it was Mario Kart stinks, there's nothing new, they don't have games, the third party stinks, the system isn't strong enough, all of that. I think we wash it all away. Okay, look, maybe Nintendo didn't announce enough games early enough, but next week we got a general direct, and I think from here on out, we are smooth sailing. Third-party support is picking up. So many developers and publishers are talking about that they love the Switch 2, it's great to develop for, and they want to support it, and now the games are actually backing up the talk. Yeah, there's the whole game keycard issue, and it's rearing its head once again, but outside of that, I feel like we're in a really good spot. If you're excited that Star Wars Outlaws actually runs really, really well on Switch 2, let me know in the comments down below. And please, let's all try to look at these people who say these games are terrible and try to sound this ringing, clanking bell alarm of like, oh my God, the Switch 2 is falling apart, it can't do it. Let's just not give them the credit that they're definitely not due. I mean, maybe they're being honest about their experience, but again, how are you forgetting everything we've learned about game development over the last 2 decades of conventions and demos where things are not in their final state when you play them on the show floor? We got to have that perspective in mind and not rush to the negative, crazy, conclusive title that like third-party games suck on Switch 2, they're abysmal and unplayable. No, like this demo was a bit rough, but they'll probably polish it up for launch. Can we do that? Can we do that? I doubt we will. I'm expecting the next third-party game that gets a preview or that gets a demo to see the same thing, and I'll just echo my same sentiment like, okay, I don't think you're lying, but I also think you're intentionally or maybe unintentionally and ignorantly forgetting the larger picture here, which is games come together very last minute, especially when you're making a port work on a system that is portable and a home console and probably requires some fine-tuning, but look, they can figure it out. And figure it out they have with day and date because 007 First Light got its gameplay revealed today via Sony, but it stands out to Nintendo Switch 2 fans because that game is coming to Switch 2 day and freaking date. Yep, March 26, 2026, we're getting James Bond's origin story on the Switch 2, same day as PS5, same day as Xbox, same day as PC. Oh, that feels so good. Feels so good to have a major AAA, new, exciting title that looks glorious in its gameplay and graphical execution coming to Switch 2 right from the start. Don't have to worry, don't have to wait. Boom, 2026 is going to be a day and date year for this console. And James Bond is doing big work. Yes, he definitely takes inspiration from Agent 47. There's a whole lot of Hitman underneath the hood here, but don't forget that there's an epic car chase, a shootout, and much more that makes this game action-focused in a way that Hitman is not. Yes, there are going to be Hitman elements, and I'm honestly excited for a more action-heavy Hitman, because for me, Hitman's just too slow. Hitman is too tedious, and I personally am not a huge fan of that franchise. I respect it, but I'm really looking forward to James Bond 007 because this seems to be more my mix, more my cup of tea, where it's like, okay, we'll do this stealth stuff, we'll do this sort of environmental investigation, we'll use James Bond's skill set, but First Light is bringing third-person action-heavy sequences and gunplay and driving and all of that to the game where it's going to, in my opinion, level up from Hitman. And look, IO wants to make a better game. They want to make a new game. They want to make something that surpasses what they've done before. So in no way do I think that this is just going to be Hitman all over again. It's got the DNA of Hitman, of course, and that's a good thing, but I think they're expanding and changing and evolving in a way that hopefully is super fun. This is one of the most anticipated games, and we get it day one on Switch 2, which feels so good. Doesn't it feel good? Third-party games that were told to us to be terrible are running really well. Third-party games that we said we'd never get, we're getting, and there's more of them coming your way, right? First Light is a great indicator of what kind of stuff you can start to sense from third parties, all right? And the General Direct, you're going to get some really good stuff. We're also looking to get some good classic stuff because that rumor of the blurry images of N64 game cases just may be coming true. Nintendo confirmed last night that Forsaken 64 is coming to N64 Classic Games app, and that is great news because if you look at the photos that people sort of dug through before, it looked like Forsaken was there next to Smash Bros 64. This is one of the ones that we want so hardcore because Smash Bros with online on NSO is a demon dream. That's something that we need to inject into our veins. Sakurai is busy doing Kirby's Air Ride. He's not going to be on Smash Bros. Probably for a while. So getting us online play Smash Bros. 64, the OG, the classic. Let me break the targets and let me beat somebody up with Link on the OG Hyrule Temple. This game should be coming soon because we did see in those images a list of games, including Forsaken, including Smash Bros. And a few others. I'm thinking this one is going to be a holiday drop for Nintendo Switch owners and Nintendo Switch expansion pack users. That will be super fun and bring a very nice game that is free for the online users, is not going to cost them development time, hours, or efforts, but is going to bring something super fun, like playing Smash Bros. Online for the holiday break. That is freaking sweet. And another way that the Switch 2 just keeps on winning. So we have games that are turning out great, we have games that are coming day and date, and we have rumors and speculation that is coming true, proving that Nintendo actually does care about their audience and is going to be bringing the games we want for these classic game services. Although they do kind of do it slowly at their own pace, eventually we're going to get there. With Forsaken 64 officially coming to the system, I think Smash Bros. Is just a few months away. Let me know what you think about these updates in today's video in the comments down below. Are you feeling good about Switch 2? Because I'm feeling great. And based on next week's General Direct, you should be feeling very, very good. All right, I'll be talking more to you about that as we get closer. We're about a week and a half away. Tomorrow is Hollow Knight Silksong. Chronos New Dawn is out on Switch 2 day and date later this week. It is just going really good. So don't let people bring you down or try to talk the Switch 2 into the floor. This is a fantastic system that has furiously come out the gates with great first-party titles, third-party support, sales, and more. Now they just need the announcements, and oh, guess what? That Direct is next week. So we're sitting pretty. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Have a great rest of your day. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. Love you lots. SwitchForce out.